Hey everybody, it's Ian King. A lot of people ask me, what do you do? And I know when people ask you that, you might have an easier answer than I do. The way I answer it is often leads to more questions. So what I'm going to do in this clip is to show you how I dealt with that question in a real life situation. Hopefully I've given you some insights into how it can help your career.
Yeah, lots of good ones.
The most important thing is you're responsible and anything's possible if you want it to be that way. And it's up to you. It's no one else's job, you know. No one else gets credit either. It's your credit. It's your responsibility. You can thank your parents or whatever, but at the end of the day, the drive's in you. So it's been a pleasure working with such a focus group, and I look forward to watching your careers as you move forwards. You're in a phenomenal industry with a lot of opportunity. It is also littered with broken dreams from the body. So I want you to have a injury-free career and dance until you want to stop. Any final questions for me? Okay.
So you're not a physical therapist.
No, I've been very naughty what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is like the title?
I help people. So I basically train athletes, but it all began with helping them. Athletes asked me to help them, and I started in a gene pool in an environment where it was loaded with Olympians, and so I kind of got a bit of a reputation of helping out, them get on the podium. And in that journey to help them get on the podium or stay on the podium, it's like I've had to learn a few things to help them better. So I've learned techniques from different industries, different disciplines, but I've also developed a lot of my own stuff. So it's I don't like to pigeonhole it. It's whatever we need to do to help you become better. You know, it might be between your ears, it might be in your ankle. So I definitely don't use words like strength and conditioning coach or personal trainer and shit like that. I just help athletes be as good as they want to be. After people ask what I do, they often ask, well, how did I get there? And so in the second clip in this video, I'll show you how I answer that in a real life situation. When they are not getting the best service in all aspects of their preparation, that we undermine the outcome. So it's really simple. When I started out, the concept of strength training was just starting to gain a bit of appetite. It had a go and then it had been pulled back. The coaches said, no, this is rubbish. It breaks my athletes. And there was just starting to get a little bit of appetite again. So that was my first foot in the door. But then I realized that, hey, when they run around and do their endurance work, it's undermining what I do. So I had to learn how to optimize that and influence that and change it. And then I looked at the speed work and said, now the speed work's holding our outcomes back. And so I had to develop alternatives, master them, influence them, and get the results. And then the training load was killing me, and so I can't win no matter how good my physical preparation is, because our flexibility always came along with me in strength. That was a bit unique about it, because I brought flex immediately with strength. So I had to change the training load. So I had to control the entire training load, which was a journey in itself. It took many years to develop and implement and successfully prove that I could do that. And then the skill development and the psychological development, they just weren't there. The long-term athlete preparation, it just wasn't good enough. So ultimately, everything I've developed is not because I like to get out of my lane. It's because I have to get out of my lane, to use the mainstream perception, and ensure every aspect of athlete preparation is on point. Because it's not, we're just not going to win. We're just not going to, we're not going to get there injury-free. We're just not going to get there, and then we're not going to get on the podium. For me, it's non-negotiable. So I've spent literally 40 plus years, and the journey is far from over, but it takes a long time to develop what I've developed. And it was out of necessity, not out of desire to push people out of their space. So at the end of the day, it is hurtful when people realize that when other professionals realize that I don't have a lot of regard for what they offer. I'm not rude to them, but we tend to keep in-house unless we recognize we have a limitation. Then I outsource. But I'm not outsourcing until I'm confident that someone can actually outperform me, because I'm not jeopardizing the athlete's outcome. And that was a great example where I don't like to be associated with losing because I know it's possible, not because I've had a lot of losing in my life. I've worked with a lot of athletes and we've lost. There's no question about it, but I'll fix that up. And I know it's possible, and therefore I like to get a high conversion rate. And then the third thing that I believe that goes through people's mind is that how can that help me? And so what I'll do in this video is also then take a moment to explain to you how I've taken what I've learned from training athletes and applied it into an education for everybody. So I'm going to go to screen share on my computer to show you what I'm talking about here. And I'm going to use our website to demonstrate it. And let's have a look. So the first way that I was able to help the end user was in a range of educational products that we call Get Buffed. And even though it is a little bit strength oriented and a little bit perhaps appears limited in its niche, it's actually, I believe the content is quite broad in its application. So let's pick that up here. So as an end user wanting to understand more about training, and if you can look past the narrow impression of the flex bicep, I've got quite a range of guidance on how to train as an end user. And then from there, we go into our coach education. So in addition to books and videos, etc., what we really focus on is our coach education program, which starts with a level 0 program and goes through to level 10, which is a graduate. Now, this program I started back in 1999. I was one of the first to take informal education to the internet, and we've been running that continuously now for 25 years, and it has expanded and it's evolved. But if you want to check that out, you've got a great insight into what I've done with the information that I've developed, the lessons I've learned from the athletes, trained them over those decades, and how that can help you as a professional if you are involved in training other people, either part-time, full-time, or want to move into that industry as a professional. Well, hopefully this video has helped you understand how I describe what I do, how I got here, and how what I've learned can help you. If you'd like to learn more, I encourage you to go to our website at kingsports.net.